Okay, so good morning to all of you. Let us start. So today is the fourth topic, means fourth day, fourth lecture. So are you able to see the slides? Slides means board. Yeah, okay, thanks. Okay, so there are few questions here. Okay, let me show them. Okay, so we have an extra class on Saturday from 4 to 5. So is it fine with you? This is one thing. Please think about, and I will talk to you regarding this again. So recall the following. So well-ordering principle. So recall once in your mind. Okay. So this is I'm telling you every day that you need to recall things, right? So what is a well-ordering principle? Every non-empty subset of natural numbers has a least element that can be extended to whole numbers also. Every non-empty subset of whole numbers has a least element. So this is we will use frequently. Another weapon we have is a division algorithm. So if a and b are two integers and b is not equal to 0, then there exist unique integers q and r such that a is equal to bq plus r, and 0 is less than or equal to r is less than mod b, right? So the concept of division, a divides b. How we defined a divides b? First of all, a is non-zero. A non-zero integer is said to divide b if there exists a k. There exists a k belong to integer such that b is equal to a into k, right? So another thing we discussed is GCD. So GCD of a comma b is that greatest common divisor. Out of all the common divisor, that is the greatest. So, but we define simply it is as maximum. Okay, of course, greatest, right? So DA intersection DB, that is a great common divisor. So out of that, greatest. Okay. So this is the thing. And so few questions before going further. Let a and b are integers of the form 4k plus 3. Then what we can say about AB? Is the question clear? If a and b are two integers of the form, okay. So how many of you able to do it? Yeah. Yeah. Somebody raised hand. Yes, please.
Yes, sir. I had a doubt.
Yeah.
This is regarding quiz 3 that I attempted quiz 3.
Okay.
In that, the second last question was something of this sort. I think it was a square plus b square is equal to c square.
Okay.
And GCD of ABC is equal to GCD of A, GCD BC is equal to 1 or something of that sort. So I just wanted some help in that question because I didn't understand it very well.
Yeah, okay. Actually, okay, good question. So actually, first time I'm defining that a comma b comma c GCD. So if I have three integers, then what is the GCD of ABC? So it is defined as GCD of a comma. So first I will find GCD of BC, then I will find the GCD of A. So GCD is defined for two integers. Now first I will find for BC, then I will do this. So it is equal to GCD of ABC, right? Is it clear first, Sankriti?
Yes, sir, this is clear.
Okay, first this is clear. Okay. Now this is also equal to, easy to see that this is also equal to GCD of AB comma C also. So that we can prove it. But okay. So now what about the GCD of three integers? Okay. So what is the GCD of three integers? So for, let us take 6 comma 10 comma 15. This is the example I gave there. So what is the GCD of these three? Okay, if you look at this is 6 comma, GCD of 10 comma 15 is how much? 5. So GCD of 6 comma 5 is 1. Okay. Now GCD of 6, 10, 15 equal to 1. But doesn't mean that this is different. So what is the GCD of 6 comma 10? What is the GCD of 10 comma 15? What is the GCD of 6 comma 15? So if I take any two of them, their GCD is not 1. But if I take all the three at a time, their GCD is 1. Is this clear, Sankriti?
Sir, could you repeat? I was just trying to.
Okay, I am telling that if I take the GCD of 6 comma 10 comma 15, it is 1. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
That is clear. But if I take any two of them, their GCD is 1. 6 comma 10 GCD is not 1, right?
Not 1, yes.
It is 2. 10 comma 15 GCD is 5. 6 comma 15 GCD is 3. So if I take any two of them, their GCD is not 1.
Yes.
But if I take all the three at a time, then GCD is 1.
Yes.
So that may be possible. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that is possible. I have given the example. Am I correct? Now this part is okay.
Yes, sir, it is.
This example is okay. Yeah, good. Now, after this, what is that I want to say? Now I give extra thing now. What is that extra thing I gave? What is the question? Question is that now I given that a square plus b square is equal to c square. So आपके पास है, you can take it. And also I gave that a comma b comma c GCD is equal to 1. 3 का a भी दिया है. This is also given. These two are given. Now if only this is given, then GCD of a comma b need not be 1. Okay, but I on that along with this I gave this one also, a square plus b square equal to c square. Then I am claiming that GCD of AB, GCD of BC, GCD of CA is equal to 1. Is it now clear? Question is clear now? If I give extra condition a square plus b square equal to c square along with ABC equal to GCD 1, then I want to prove that or give a counter example that GCD of AB, GCD of BC, GCD of CA is 1. Is it a question clear, Sankriti?
Yes, sir, it's clear.
Now it is clear. So now we need to prove that whether it is true or not. Okay. If it is true, then we need to prove.
So,
otherwise,
sir, it would just be, sorry to interrupt. So it would just be 1 is equal to AX plus BY, 1 is equal to BP plus CQ, and then
I am not told AX plus BY and all, but see, what is that you need to show? GCD of A comma B is equal to 1, right?
Okay.
Whether it is true or not, we need to figure out, right? So let us take whenever you want to prove something. So suppose that A comma B GCD is equal to say D, right? Hello.
Yes, sir.
So what do you mean by GCD of A comma B equal to D?
D is equal to D divides A comma B.
D divides A and D divides
B, sorry.
B, right? So now D divides A, is it implies D divides A square?
No.
Okay, then you just think about, so that is a question. It is not that easy. Even you cannot prove with these things or without introducing prime numbers. I will tell you later. So this is a preparation for that one in the future. So there is area called Pythagorean triples. ABC is called Pythagorean triple. So I want to find all Pythagorean triples. Okay. In number theory, one of the greatest thing is that equations of this type, they are called Diophantine equation. Diophantine equation. Today we'll see one first Diophantine equation. Diophantine equations. So Diophantine equation, we are looking for integer solutions, not real solutions. Okay. So integer solutions, then it is not that easy. Very, very tough questions are there here. But luckily in Euclid himself proved that here he gave the complete solution. What are all integers satisfy a square plus b square equal to c square. So for that we need to define something called primitive Pythagorean triples and all. Okay, that is a big chapter, but it is an introduction here. So it is related to GCD. So there we will use these things. So I just asked here. Okay, so you clear with the question, right? Okay, fine. Okay. So now we'll go further. So let A and B are integers of the form 4k plus 3. Then what we can say about A into B? Yeah. So anyone? Yeah, Vishal, go ahead.
It is of the form 8k plus 1.
Why 8k plus 1?
So I just squared the.
No. See.
I just squared this and.
So okay, let us see. Let us see. So 7. I told you. See, that's why I gave here. So let us do not go immediately. First, test with few examples. Make a conjecture. If you are able to prove it, then prove it, and it becomes a theorem. Okay. So you are telling that A into B is of the form 8k plus 1. So your only one example will not sufficient. So somebody can help me that this is statement true or false. So what do you comment on that? So I'll erase everyone. So please comment on that. Okay. What is the comment? So Vishal made that if A and B are of the form 4k plus 3, then A into B is of the form 8k plus 1. Even including Vishal. Is it true or not? Yeah, Kanak, why it is not true?
It should be of the form 4k plus 1.
Why it is not 8k plus 1? Question is not, it is, of course, it is.
Okay.
Yeah, so can you help me that why it is of, why it cannot be of the form 8k plus 1? 8k plus 1 is also of the form 4k plus 1, but converse is not true. Okay, that's why we need example, right?
So I'm trying to think of a conclusion.
Yeah. The question is that Vishal told A and B are integers of the form 4k plus 3, then AB is of the form 8k plus 1. But Kanak is telling that it is only 4k plus 1. Why? So
I guess I should. Yes. Instead of scaling, I think I should have taken 4k1 and 4k2 like that.
Okay.
And then it will make it different.
No, that's okay,
difficult to
Vishal. No, that's okay, Vishal. Now you told some statement. What is that? If I take two integers of the form 4k plus 3, their product is of the form 8k plus 1. Tell me, is it true or false first?
I'm trying to find a counterexample.
Yeah, okay. Find out what are the simplest numbers which are of the form 4k plus 3.
3 and
7.
3 and 7.
Yeah.
So multiply those
Yeah.
two. It is of the form. What are these product? This is 21.
Yeah.
Is it of the form 8k plus 1?
No.
हो गया ना? That is what I'm telling.
Yeah.
That's why I wrote.
Okay.
Okay. That's okay. It is better to find a statement, but check it. That's what I'm telling. Very good. No
Okay.
problem. Mistakes, I'm 100% is our birthright. No,
Okay.
not to worry about. But we need to check it whether how far it is correct or not. Yeah. Okay. So it is clear that. But now Kanak is telling that it is of the form 4k plus 1, right? Kanak is telling it is of the form 4k plus 1. How do you show that? Yeah, Kanak, you can go ahead if you want.
So I took two numbers 4k1 plus 3 and 4k2 plus 3.
1 minute, some problem is coming for me. Yeah. Yeah, please go ahead.
So I took 4k1 plus 3 and 4k2 plus 3.
Right, okay.
Expanded the product.
Yeah, so 4k1 plus 3 multiplied with, is it visible what I'm writing?
Yes.
Okay. 4k2 plus 3. So if I multiply these two, so this is, now if you simplify and all, you can check that, right? So it is 16 k1 k2 plus, so 12 k1 plus 12 k2 plus, so 9. Okay. Now here also 9 can be written as 8 plus 1. So from here up to this extent 4 I can bring out. So it is of the form 4k plus 1, right? Yeah. So be careful that if the two numbers of the form 4k plus 1, 4k plus 3, then product need not be of the form 4k plus 3 again. Whereas 4k plus 1, yes. Okay. So later you can see that that is a monoid. Monoid means it is closed with respect to multiplication, and identity also there. 1 is there. Okay. Don't worry about monoid and all. It is some name, but don't worry about that.
Sir. So why can't we say that form will be 2k plus 1?
See, that is an interesting point question. So it's a very good question. So 8k plus 1 form and 4k plus 1. So is it true that 8k plus 1 is of the form 4k plus 1 or not? Shubhamoy, right?
Yes, 8k plus 1 is kind of a form of 4k plus 1, yes.
Yeah, but is it 4k plus 1 is of the form 8k plus 1?
No, obviously.
No, right? So actually what is happening, very good question, Shubhamoy. Thanks for asking this. Very good, actually. See, try to understand now. I'll go very slowly. Okay, don't worry. It is because these are the questions I am expecting from you. At least you open up. So see, all integers are divided into two forms. Okay, 2k and 2k plus 1, even and odd. Now 2k further, when I go to 4, they are further divided. How? 4k, 4k plus 2. Okay, 2k plus 1 are further divided. All odd integers of the form 4k plus 1 and 4k plus 3. Am I clear? Is it clear to you? Shubhamoy.
Sir, I'm just thinking one.
Okay. See, 2k product 2k is 6 is of the form 2k.
Yes, all even numbers. Yes.
So 6 is of the form 2k, but 6 is of the form 4k. No,
obviously no.
But it is of the form 4k plus 2.
Yes, sir. So what I was thinking, why we have to select 2k? We can divide in 4k and 4k plus 2 because
right. That is clear. See, that is an interesting thing. You are correct. See, it is always better for me that it comes under largest. So we try to bring the big bag. Small bag as much as see. 4k plus 3 numbers of the form 4k plus 3 are odd. Am I correct?
Yes, sir. Agree.
Product of 2 odd automatically odd.
Okay, yes, sir.
So they are of the form 2k plus 1, no doubt in it. But can I say further? So now 2k plus 1 is very big. In compared to now all odd integers again further divided 4k plus 1 and 4k plus 3. If I am able to tell that they are here only, then I am much better, right? They are odd is different than they are of the form 4k plus 1. Am I correct? Is it clear? Okay, see, so I'll tell you one more thing. So Shubhamoy, Shubhamoy are generally very less. Okay, I'll take Subhash. Okay, Subhash.
Okay, sir, no problem.
There is a person called Subhash. So he is a thief. Okay. So police are looking for him. Okay. So only Subhash, nothing more information is given, then very difficult to find the Subhash. But I told that Subhash plus he is studying MSc. Then little bit easy. So number of Subhash with MSc are less. But now we'll add extra condition. So and also I tell that it is he is from ICT. Then they need to check only first year, second year MSc students. Then they will try to find out. If I tell again third year, then they will figure out. So they can catch. Okay, so it is always better to give more and more clues. So the integers of the form, two integers of the form 4k plus 3, of course, product of 2 odd is odd, but I'm trying to give more. So it is much more, 4k plus 1 only. Out of all odd, again, there are two conditions. So they are of the form 4k plus 1 or 4k plus 3. If I am able to give further classification, so as n increases.
So actually what I was thinking, that I was going to ask you, yes sir, every even numbers, तो हम लोग सब divide कर सकते हैं because 2, 4, 6 उनमें भी there is subset of 4, 8, yes. That's why there is the 4. What I was asking you, why are we dividing 2k into 4k and 4k plus 2, or 2k
Yeah.
plus 1 into 4k
Yeah,
plus
that is
1
what
into 4k
exactly.
plus
Yeah, good. That is what I'm telling. So if you able to know that they are only here, then I no need to check 4k, 4k plus 2, 4k plus 3, right? Something I have to check here only, right? That means I am in the integers. Actually, if I do not have any condition, I have to check entire integers. That is difficult. But I came to know that one of them is odd. Now I no need to check even numbers. Only odd integers only I will check the property. And I came to know further that they are of the form 4k plus 1, much easier for me. Okay, I no need to, I'm not checking my search space is decreased. I no need to check 4k, I no need to check 4k plus 3. So these are disjoint, this is a partition. So as you go and go, more and more things you give, so I am restricting my search space. So in future, while you are writing algorithms, so you are actually boiling down to a nice case. So it will be more clear when we do more things later. Okay, because still now to explain you more and more, so you will get some more ideas, and I will keep this and I will continuously tell throughout the course. I'll explain you this. Okay, when examples comes also I will explain, but at this juncture it is always better to get the more and more refined form so that our search space will decrease. See, so x square plus y square, if x and y are odd, okay, if x is odd, I gave that x is odd. Okay, so if x is odd, and then I'll ask x square which form it is. Okay, I want to find some properties of x square. So then I need to know that they are already odd numbers and square odd numbers. So then I already know that they are of the form 8k plus 1. We done one example, you remember? So x and x comma y are odd, then 8 divides x square minus y square. Okay, you not attended number theory, attended number theory. Is there any difference while attacking this problem? If x and y are odd, you know that x square is of the form 8k1 plus 1. Y is also of the form 8k2 plus 1, right? Then if I square them, okay, so if I square them, sorry, x square is of the form, not x and y. If x and y are odd, then x square is of the form 8k1 plus 1, y square is of the form 8k2 plus 1. So if I subtract them, it is divisible by 8. Is it clear, Shubhamai, this problem?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
It's done.
For example, you are not there, you are not a student of number theory. So even then you can answer, it is not like that. So what you do in that case, 8 divides x square minus y square. I want to show, but I'll take x square minus y square, which is equal to x plus y into x minus y. Okay, now x and y are odd. So x plus y is even, x minus y is even. So 2 divide this, 2 divide this. So I'm able to prove a 4 divides x square minus y square. But still I need more machinery to show that 8 divides x square minus y square. But a priori I know that x square is of the form 8k1 plus 1. X square is also of the form 4k plus 1. Y square is also of the form 4k plus 1. But that does not solve my problem. 8 divides x square minus y square. Is it okay, Shubhamai?
Acha, okay, okay. Okay, sir.
So some advantage will be there depending upon the problems. But it is a wonderful question actually. Thanks for asking. Okay, good.
Thank you.
Yeah, so now we'll go further. Let a comma b GCD is D, then there exist x and y such that ax plus by equal to 1. Then what we can say about the GCD? Yeah, Amiya?
It is equal to 1.
So how do you prove that it is equal to 1?
So D divides ax plus by for any x and y. So
Okay.
in this situation, D divides 1.
Ah.
So D can be 1 or minus 1, but D is always taken as positive. So
Okay, actually you are correct, but you can prove in a different way. Now, so I'm just helping. So now if GCD of a comma b equal to D is D, then D divides ax plus by. Why? D divides a, D divides b, D divides ax, D divides by, D divide their sum also. Like that we already done it. Okay, they're linear combination. So D divides AX plus BY, correct. So that implies D divides 1. That means D is less than or equal to 1. Because D is positive, so we done one result that question number 7, D less than or equal to 1. But as GCD is always greater than or equal to 1, so D equal to 1. Right? Good, nice. So this is what you also told, little different way, but more. So see, you see that the beauty of number theory, small things, but proofs are there, very logic, systematic. So it will help you to the proof technique. It will give a lot of confidence to you. Okay. Let AX plus BY equal to K, where K greater than 0. Then GCD of AB equal to K. Is it true? So somebody asked a question. Ishan, yeah, go ahead.
Yes, I have an answer for another way for question 2 using groups.
Yeah.
Also.
Yeah, tell, okay, no problem. Tell, let us see how some people may understand that.
Yeah. So if you look at AZ plus BZ, it is going to be some CZ. And
AZ plus, so you are telling about 4K plus, question 2 is 1 minute. Okay. AZ plus BZ is equal to
CZ.
It is a set of integers or what?
Yeah. Not I mean cosets. So subgroups AZ, A into
Oh,
integers.
okay. No. Then we will wait for it. Okay. Wait. Today we are going to do that. Okay. Yeah. Thanks. Actually, that is good. Yeah. But one thing I want to tell you all of you is that whatever Ishan is telling, so be very interesting that. So number theory very useful in solving group theory problems, ring theory problems, and so he's now coming back. But yeah, Subhamay, you have something?
No, sir. We have done already a group theory class. So
no, please. I know that. But actually, AZ plus BZ equal to CZ. That we not done, right? So he's telling. Of course, Ishan is telling by using group theory technique. I know that, but I will ask him at that instant. That also I understood, right? Yeah. So it is clear. So I will do that. Okay. Yeah. So with my little experience, I have some certain things. Sometimes I'll stop. Okay. Okay. Good. Okay. What about this quantity now? Yes or no? If GCD of AX plus BY, AX plus BY equal to K, then GCD of AB equal to K.
So the statement made, is it making for all X and Y?
No, there is some X and Y. Okay. A and B are integers like this. There exists X comma Y as a continuation to this question. Yes, thanks. As a continuation to this question. Anyhow, for all X and Y, it will not work also for K, right? If I same X and Y, so different X and Y getting K, it is very difficult. Am I correct, Vishal?
Yes, sir. If A and B were both 0, you would get that, right?
Okay, but GCD, whenever I am talking about, I am assuming that one of them is non-zero. Am I okay?
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So in our now onwards, our understanding is that GCD, whenever GCD is there, one of them is non-zero. Yeah. Thanks. Anyhow, that is also good observation, Vishal. Very good. Yeah, Shubhamay. So is it true? You are telling you took yes, right, Shubhamay?
But sir, I would like to ask you, K is always an integer, or there is no restriction for K?
Which one integer? Means I am always assuming we are in the integers only. Number theory is studying integers. Sorry, even if it is not mentioned, they are all integers. Okay.
Stupid question it was. Sorry, sir.
No. Please do not say like that. It's okay. That is good. See, other people, whenever somebody thinking, it will help them. Okay. Yeah. Please go ahead. Yes.
So I felt like true. Statement is true.
But what do you say now? Still you are saying it is true. Okay. Fine. Yeah. Sankriti, you raised hand.
Sir, I have a different question. Should I ask now or should I wait for some time?
Just wait. Just complete this. So what about your point on this? AX plus BY equal to K, then A comma B GCD K?
Sir, if K divides A and B, then yes, A comma B is equal to K.
But I do not give any those extra things. I told that ax plus by equal to k, right?
Right.
Yeah. So there is one more person tick no. So let us see. Okay, Ishan. Okay, tell me your example, Ishan.
So for the third one,
Yeah.
I actually don't have an example. I can tell you how to create an example.
No, but first
Okay,
simple
I
example.
can
Yeah.
create an example.
Yeah.
Let's just take 2a and b such that the GCD is 1.
Yeah. Okay. So 2, 3 simple example is 1.
Yeah. And then so 2 into 1, 2 into minus 1 times plus 3 into 1 equal to 1.
Yeah. Okay. 2 into 1 plus 3 into
1.
1.
Yeah, equal to 1.
Equal to 1. Okay.
Yeah, and now just multiply by 2. So you get 2 into minus 2.
Okay. Okay. Anyhow, so you are telling that if I take here some 2 into 2, 3 into 2 here, right? Hello?
Yeah. So then you will get some k on the right side. So you'll get
that need not be the GCD.
Yeah.
Right. Is it clear to all of you? Can you tick yes if it is true? So actually 3 plus 5 is 8. 3 plus 5 is 8. That is 3 into 1 plus 5 into 1 equal to 8. Right? But GCD of 3, 5 is not 8. Is it okay, Shubhamoy?
Okay, sir. Got it.
Got it. Okay. Thanks. Yeah. Good. Great. Okay. So ax plus by equal to k does not imply that GCD of a, b equal to k. So actually, basically, what is that I am asking that converse of this? If a, b GCD is d and ax plus by equal to 1, whenever you have ax plus by equal to 1, then GCD has to be 1. But ax plus by is equal to d, then GCD of ab equal to d is not true in general. 1 ke liye only it is true. Okay. If ax plus by equal to 1, then GCD is always GCD of a, b or even x, y has to be 1, right? But whereas d it is need not. Okay. So converse is not true. Okay. So if a, b GCD is d, question number 4, then a minus b, a plus b, a minus 2b, a plus 3b and so on. What about the GCD of them? So I'll just clear and you, so those who are able to tell, just tick yes. What is your prediction? What is your prediction? This is one of the question I asked in the exercise also. A minus b I asked. Right? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So why so many? Only one? Yeah, connect. What is the answer?
Sir, for a minus b, the answer will be D.
Okay. So in fact, you can check that all of them are D only. For all of these, the answer is D only. Okay. We'll try to prove that. Okay. Yeah, while. Yes. Okay. Okay. Finally, I am going to do something. So it will answer many of other questions which you asked earlier.
Sir?
Yeah.
Yes, yes, in the fourth question, a comma b GCD is D. So, sir, if we take 2, 3, its GCD is 1. So, if we take in the a comma a minus 2b, it will be 2 comma minus 4, I think.
No, okay. So let us go slowly. Okay. 2, 3, yeah?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So, so A is already fixed everywhere.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so that is there. Okay. Now I am taking A minus B, right? See, one,
yes, yes, a minus 2b, it will be minus 4, so its GCD will be 2. So that's why I...
Okay, okay. Let us look at this. Okay, that's why many people are not ticked. Okay, great. I understand why you are not done. Now there is a mistake with me in my problem. It is because in this problem, So for example here, so even a plus b also, not a plus b, a minus. So let us look at here. No, here also not a problem.
So the question is correct.
No, let us look at here, a minus 2b. Let us go slowly. This is 2 comma. So a is now 2 into b. So 3 into 2, 6. So 6 minus 2, so it is minus 4, right? So 2 comma minus 4 GCD is
2.
Yes, I think it is due to the minus sign. It should be plus, then it would be right.
No, plus also not a problem. So I'll take b equal to, now again a comma b, 2, 3. So 2 comma 2 plus 2 into 3, right? 8. Yeah, that is GCD is not 1. Very good. So many thanks actually. So I am going in a wrong way, but so that is the spirit. You have to go with some examples, you will realize.
Okay, sir.
Very great, very great. Yeah. So we can't say here anything.
Sir, we can say it is GCD of a comma kb, where k is the integer that is.
Okay, we'll see that. Yeah. Okay, no problem. So, but at least it is again less than or equal to d only, right? Anyhow, see, yeah, right.
Can I say something?
Yeah, please. Yeah.
Yeah, for this question, you probably meant b and changing the coefficient of a.
Right. Yes, that is correct.
Then it works, what you're saying.
Yeah, right, correct. Right, that's okay, understood. Yeah, we'll see that. So anyhow, this is not correct, that's fine. And that is important. It is not the problem. It is somebody recognized, somebody not agreed, whatever we told. Okay, he is justifying himself or herself. That is most important. That is the part of the learning. Okay, you should not accept unless and until you verified it. Okay, very great. Okay, so now I'll come to that whatever Ishan is also telling and what is the mistake we done. We'll cover it everything now. Okay, suppose that I have two algorithms. The first one compute GCD of any two integers. Of course, one of them is non-zero. Okay, that is what we are assuming GCD means.
Sir.
Okay. Yes, Sankriti.
Sorry to interrupt you. I just wanted to get a doubt before you start the next question.
Yeah.
Sir, in the fourth question, see, the thing is in a comma a minus b, the GCD would be 1 if we just keep it as a and a minus b.
Right.
But if we take an example for where b is equal to 3 and a is equal to 4, then it would become 4 comma 1, which will still be 1.
No, some of them may be true, not all of them. See, even 2, 3 case, for example, if you take.
Okay.
So 2 comma, so whenever this is odd, I get 1.
But if it's even, we get 2.
Right. So there is some numbers. For example, whenever I multiply by 2, I am getting even here.
2, because it's an even multiple.
Right. Yeah, that's what. So some cases still it is GCD 1, but some cases it is odd also. Means it is not 1. So at least one case it is failing, and then we can't say.
Okay. No, the thing is that now we just have to do hit and trial basically.
Yeah. So so questions of this nature may not be there. Okay, but it's okay. Do not accept anything. That is the main content of this fourth question.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. By looking few examples, 1 or 2 you cannot conclude. So 2, 3 case in particular, these two are anyhow true, and here also it is true, but here it is failing. Okay, so check everything. So do not assume that 2 are true, then immediately conclude that others also true. No. Okay. Yeah. Suppose that so now I am going to question number 5. Suppose that we have two algorithms. The first one computes GCD of any two integers. Of course, one of them is non-zero, right? The second one computes GCD of AB where A is greater than B greater than 0. The cost of second algorithm is very, very less in compared to the first one. How do you get the first from the second? Okay, so you go to a software shop. Okay, they are selling algorithms, and you want to find GCD of any two integers only, right? But he's telling two algorithms. Okay, the second one cost is very less in compared to the first one, but first one is solving your problem directly. Okay, first one is solving your problem directly. But even then, why you are going, how can you use second? If you are a smart, then you will purchase only second, and from that you will get the first one. Okay, so is it the question clear? Yeah, so how many of you able to see that? Yeah, Kanak, you want to say something for this problem? Okay, I'll go slowly then. Even here also, so what is that we are telling in the second case? I am only giving GCD of AB where A greater than B greater than 0 only. Okay, so suppose that I know that GCD of AB when A greater than B greater than 0. Okay, but I gave you some so 3, 2. Then how do you find GCD from this? Anyone? Tell it now. No need to tick yes and no. Tell directly. I know for this one. I know this. How to compute. But I want to compute this. Here A greater than B greater than. But I only know 3, 2. I need to figure out. From this, how do you get this? Yeah. Hello.
But the algorithm will work for 3, 2 as well, because here 3 is greater than 2 greater than 0.
Oh, okay. Sorry. 2, 3. Yeah, sorry. Great. For 2, 3.
Then
so you can
so we know that already. We know that GCD of AB equal to GCD of BA. Right? We done it earlier. But I want to find minus 2, 3. How do you find it?
We can take mod.
No. We done something. Okay, Amiya, go ahead.
We can take mod.
No, Amiya. So we done something. So we proved something like this. GCD of AB equal to GCD of BA is equal to.
So we can multiply by minus. So it is
GCD
equal
of
to
A
2.
comma minus A comma B is equal to GCD of B comma minus A is equal to GCD of minus A minus B. All that stuff, right? All of them are equal. Are we done this? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So we done that this question. How do you prove it? Can you recall the proof?
So intersection.
So DA intersection DB is same as DB intersection DA is equal to D minus A intersection DB is equal to DB intersection D minus A, because DK is equal to D minus K. By using that, we done this. Okay. So all of these are equal. Interchange, minus, and all of them are equal. So because of that, it is sufficient to consider A greater than B greater than 0 only. But what happens if one of them is 0? Right? So one of them is 0. Then how do you find the GCD? Yeah, tell now. No need to tick and
Mod A.
it is equal to mod A. We already know this part also. Right? Okay, great. So finally, what is the conclusion? What is that I want to convey to you is that, so I know I'll write an algorithm first. I'll purchase the second algorithm. Now I'll write my program, own program. How do I write? If GCD of AB I need to figure out. If one of them is 0, then GCD equal to mod of other number. So done. Full stop. Ho gaya, proof. So it will give the answer. If now both are non-zero, then I will found GCD for AB. Okay. And again, I will check if it is possible, I'll interchange A and B depending upon which is greater than less than, right? Then I'll, so if I know this one, then I know everything. So now you have to tick everyone is clear or not, or you can ask questions. Now I'll clear. If you have a question, you can ask me. Rutuja, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mehak.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mehak, I will ask you one thing, that I want to find the GCD of -3, 5. How can I find now? To find this, what is the GCD? I will find out.
It will be 1, sir.
No. See, please come to this problem. In this problem, I'll gives only for certain things. So which one I will use to get this answer? But second algorithm tell me, give GCD only AB where A greater than B greater than 0.
So we can use 5,3.
Very good. So if I know GCD of 5, 3, then I know the GCD of -3, 5. These two are equal. So I'll figure out what is GCD of 5, 3. Great. So one and all you know a priori, but in general we need to find out. Yes. This is what I asked, but I don't know why many less number of people ticked. I'll again ask one more time. Okay, you have to tick. So those who are clear, tick, otherwise no, right? Then I will try to explain. I will erase now, clear everyone. Please tick, all of you. Is it clear to you? If I know the GCD of A greater than B greater than 0, GCD of AB, then I find GCD of any two integers. Okay. So what is the algorithm? If one of them is 0, then this is modulus of the other. That is the first thing. If both are non-zero, then I will look for positive and yeah, those things. Yeah, great. Okay, good. So now goal is to find GCD of this particular thing. Okay. Yes. Now come to this exam. Now the theorem is that. So now the goal is that let A comma B, A greater than B greater than 0. Okay. So when A greater than B greater than 0, then what happens? Somebody can help me. When we have two integers, okay, then what is that you remember immediately? What is the result you remember immediately? I'll clear everyone, and one of you let me know before going further. If A greater than B greater than 0, so two integers are given, then you remember one result. Very less number of results we proved till now in this course. When you have two integers, what is the result you will recall? And B greater than 0 also. No one.
Sir, result of division algorithm.
Yes, correct. Division algorithm. It is because division algorithm says that if A and B are two integers, one of them is non-zero, then I can use it. That is a power, right?
Yes, sir.
So by division algorithm, great. Thanks, Kanish. So by division algorithm, so we have that then. So I can write A is equal to BQ plus R, right? Where 0 is R is less than B, right? I'm not putting modulus and all because B is greater than 0. So now I am claiming that. So now I'm not writing all these things. Okay, this you know already, but I'm putting that in the now in the hypothesis. Okay, if let A comma B greater than 0 and A is equal to BQ plus R, where 0 is R is less than B. So can somebody help me that what is that I want to do today here? Anyone? No need to tick, you can tell directly.
GCD of AB and GCD of BR.
GCD of AB equal to GCD of BR. Okay, these two are equal. Is it okay? So what is the advantage of this, Ishan?
You can just divide. I mean, it's easier to compute.
That is okay, but which one is easy here in these two?
The right side, right side.
Why it is easy? Yeah.
You don't, I mean, one is you can just divide and you'll get a remainder, and B. and those are smaller than.
Smaller. These are very much smaller. Okay, I want to find GCD of 557 and some say 476, right? Okay, 477. Okay, let us say, right? Then I do not know how to compute, but I'll divide this and I'll take the remainder, right? So 477, 577, I'll divide the 477, I'll get some remainder. Now the remainder may be smaller, right? Okay, so then with that it becomes easy for me. Okay, so for example, yeah, okay, that is clear. Okay, for example, what is GCD of these two, right? Okay, I want to find GCD of these two. Okay, now the remainder is 6 or at least right? The remainder is 6, right? So now I need to find, so 6 is very smaller number. So GCD of those numbers is easy, smaller and smaller. Okay, and not only that, we'll apply it further and further. Okay, now no need to stop here. What is happening now? There are two things here. So R can be 0. If R is equal to 0, then what is the GCD of B comma
R? Mod B.
B only, because B greater than 0.
Yes.
I am now not looking that less than and all. Okay, I am now A greater than B greater than 0 case. Okay, if it is 0, then I am done. If it is non-zero, remainder is non-zero, then I have to compute this one, right? Now I am now boils down to now B is greater than R is greater than 0. Are you following this algorithm? Now I have a, so the GCD of AB equal to GCD of BR. That after proving this, okay, that much is clear. But now how to find GCD of B comma R? Now that new question is arising, right? If R is equal to 0, I am done. GCD of these two, both of them equal to B, I am done. If it is R is non-zero, then what is that I have? B greater than R greater than 0 I have. Now again I will apply the same result. Now B is equal to, now again this B is equal to some RQ1 plus some R2, R1. Now again R1 is 0, then I know the GCD of B comma R is means R divides B, so GCD of B comma R is simply R itself. Like that, or otherwise I'll keep doing this. Okay, so each time the numbers are decreasing further and further. So this is the algorithm. So this is the repeated application of this is called Euclidean algorithm. Proof is simple, don't worry about that. Proof is, we'll see in a minute. Proof is very simple, but idea is very good. Okay, so why this is, I'm emphasizing more time here. So this is proved 2500 years back, okay, BC, okay, by Euclid. Okay, are we using prime numbers here? Any one of you?
So it works for all integers, right? So primes also.
No. See,
No, you're not.
No. What is that I want to say? In your childhood, somebody asked you to find GCD of, for example, 10 comma 100. Sorry, 10 comma 25. Okay, how do you find the GCD? So you do that. 10 is equal to 2 into 5. 25 is equal to 5 square. So then you will see that like that you do, right? So prime factorization you will do, and you will do that. Okay, but here I am not at all introduced till now prime numbers and anything. Okay, only I am using is division algorithm. Okay, by using that only I am proving. In fact, I want to tell you that it is known that every integer is written as product of primes. It is known, but still there is no algorithm. If I give very big integer, positive integer, you do not know how to divide it. That is still open problem. That is actually in fact useful to us in the cryptography, right? So there is an algorithm called RSA cryptography. So where you take two big primes P and Q, I'll multiply these two and I'll get a new number n equal to PQ. But once n is given, very difficult to find P and Q, very difficult. That's why all our financial transactions are safe today. Our Gmail and passwords, everything, so are safe because that If I give a number to you, then it is difficult to find its prime factorization, but we know that it exists. Existence is different from actually giving the answer. Okay, but GCD is GCD of two integers I can find without even prime factorization. That is the beauty. That is what I want to tell, that this algorithm is given 2500 years back, and this is one of the best algorithm. Within short time I will get the GCD, and still this is the best algorithm. No one is improved further. Okay, means as a complexity time, so algorithm, how much time it take in computers, still it is the smallest time it will take. It's the best algorithm. So is it everyone clear? I'm not asking mathematics, I'm telling you some history. Is it clear to all of you what I'm saying? Can you tick yes? Yeah, great. Okay, great. Okay, so this is the thing. So we keep on doing this. That is called Euclidean algorithm. So what is that I want to say? A and B are given. So first I'll take A equal to BQ1 plus R1. Okay, where 0 is R1 is less than B. Okay, now if R1 is equal to 0, then GCD of AB equal to GCD of B R1. So it is equal to B comma 0. So it is equal to B. I'm done. That means actually B divides, right? R1 equal to 0 means B divides A. So GCD of AB equal to B only. If it is not, then I write B is equal to R1 Q2 plus R2. Okay. Now again I check here, 0 is less than or equal to R2 less than R1. Now R1 is already smaller than B. R1 is already smaller than B. Right now R2 is less than R2 is less than R1. Okay. Again I will check. R2 is equal to 0, I am done. Now GCD of B comma R1, okay, so which is equal to R1 comma 0, right? That is R1 only, right? So I am done. Now again I got the answer for GCD of A comma B, okay? So if not, again I will do one more time. So after some stage I'll get remainder 0. How do you conclude that? How do you say that it happens?
Sir, should I answer because you didn't clear the?
Yeah, no problem. You can answer.
Yeah, because all of them, it's forming a descending sequence which is bounded above by R1. So you have you cannot have an infinite sequence of non-negative descending numbers.
Yeah, so actually we are bounded by B. Everything is less than B.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
B is fixed. Yeah. So at most, how many steps we need? So I want to know Farah Naz. Hello, Farah.
Yes, sir.
You are from which city? You are from. You are a part of ICT.
Yes, sir. This academic year, I have taken admission as a part-time student in PhD in
Okay.
ICT Jalna campus.
Okay. Sorry, I'm okay. Great, no problem.
Okay,
Yeah.
sir.
Okay, so so at most B steps are required. So why at most B steps again? You may not require that many steps also, but why at most B steps?
Because sorry, I shouldn't have answered, sir. Should I answer?
Yeah, answer. Yeah, Ishan.
Yeah, because look, when the worst case, you have B, then B minus 1, then B minus 2.
Yeah, see, R1 is less than R1 is less than B. So at least one it is at most 1 less than only. Actually, it is much less than B. But next time R2 is less than R1, even at most, see, only 1 less than R1, then one more steps like that. But generally it is very shortly it will converge. But at most B steps, that is very crude up this one. But anyhow.
But sir, can't you keep the upper bound as R1 plus 1?
No, that we can improve later. But at least now, do not spoil this.
Okay.
Yeah, is it okay? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, see, the first time people are looking at, okay, so improvement and all baad mein, okay. I hope you are clear, okay. Yeah, fine. So now the question comes that how can you do this now? This proof is simple. This is not complicated. Okay. What is that I want to show? GCD of AB equal to GCD of BR. Now somebody can help me. How do you find it? How do you prove this?
So can I say something? You haven't cleared them. So
that is okay. Now I am not asking. Actually, today both slow chal raha hu main. Even though I am asking questions, so I am not now waiting. Okay, I'll just clear in and I'll. Yeah, somebody can help me. That how do you find GCD of? Can tick now. Yeah, Kanishk. Very good. Kanishk, can you tell me?
Yes, sir. First we will take A and B, then we will use that their GCD can be used as linear combination of AX plus BY.
Okay, so actually, so finally, can you conclude something? All these things can conclude something. So actually, you remember that in the previous class, once we made, we are proving more than required. See, GCD of AB equal to GCD of BR. What is our definition? Recall that. GCD of AB is maximum of DA intersection DB. BR is maximum of DB intersection DR. Now, why these are equal? So, Farah, okay, I just tell you. Okay, Farah, are you here?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. DA means set of all divisors of A. For example, D8 is what? -8, -4, -2, 1, -1, 1, 2, 4, 8. Divisors of 8. Is it okay, Farah?
Yes, sir.
These are all divisors of 8. Okay. Now, what is my D minus 8? This is also same. Okay, don't worry about that. But now, what is DA? DA is all the divisors of A. What is DB? All the divisors of B. What is intersection, Farah?
Intersection of A and B.
No. DA is set of all divisors of A.
Yeah.
DB is set of all divisors of B.
Yes.
For example, I take D5, right? This is -1, -5, 1, 5. What is intersection of D8 and D5?
The common in between D8
so what
and
is, okay, what is now, can you tell me what is DA intersection DB now?
-1. It is a set.
No, not for D8, D5, in general. So
in general,
what is DA?
those values which are in common between these two, DA and DB.
No, can you explain? Okay, in the set wise, okay, but can you set in terms of divisors? So DA intersection DB is what?
No, sir, no idea.
No, what is DA?
Set of divisors
of A.
Yeah.
DB set of divisors of
B.
B. Now, what is intersection content? So, for example, some X belong to here. X belong to DA, X belong to DB.
DB.
X belong to DA matlab kya?
X is an element which belongs to the divisor of A.
Yeah, so you just simply say that X is a divisor of A.
Yeah.
And X belong to DB means?
It is also a divisor of B.
A. B, right?
Yes.
So what do you mean by intersection now? DA intersection DB means? Now tell me now in terms of general, okay? So an element here belongs, what is DA intersection DB? I'm asking, right?
Both the numbers, by intersection here, I mean that both the numbers are divisible by A as well as B.
No, go slowly again. You are unnecessarily taking so seriously. Cool, aaram kar lo, Farah, aaram kar lo. DA is what?
DA is actually a set which contains the divisor of A.
Set is okay. Already set everything. You don't need to repeat that. It is already we defined. DA is set of divisors of A. No need to repeat that. It is a set. Clear.
Yes.
DA is set of divisors of A. DB is set of divisors of B. We know that. We know that. Do not repeat those. Intersection of sets also you know. That also no need to repeat that. Now what is the set contains? That is the question.
Those numbers which are divisible by A and B.
Divisible by 9. Remember, not divisible by. What is D8? Minus 8 minus
Minus 8
4.
minus 4.
Yeah, what are these things? Are they divisible by 8 or the dividing 8?
They are dividing 8. I think.
Yeah, I think 9. That is the definition, right? Okay, what is DA intersection DB? It is the common divisors of A and B. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
They are common divisors of A and B. They divide A as well as they divide B. So they are common divisors. Now, if I take maximum, what I will get?
The maximum value
Of the common divisors.
Yeah.
That is exactly GCD, right? Greatest common divisor.
Yeah.
That is what we are. Okay, is it clear now, Farah?
Yes,
It's
sir.
because you joined today, just I'm explaining you. Right? Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so now you will also follow now. So DA intersection DB is so now I want to prove this. So now Kanishk, now can you help me what to do? So AB is maximum of DA intersection DB. BR is maximum of DB intersection DR. Right? That is I want to show, but I will prove more. What is that, Kanishk?
Sir, in terms of set, I have to tell means the maximum.
Whatever.
Sir, I was basically doing that. I take the linear combination of the greatest divisor of
That
AB.
is okay, but before that, you just tell me that. See, entire proof may there is a one simple thing that will help you to what is that you are going to do that will help actually later. You are actually giving the main part of the proof, but after some steps you are telling in the beginning what is that we are proving. Yeah.
In the beginning we have.
Yeah. Okay. You are not clear about that's okay. Amya,
Yes.
go ahead.
Sir, so let GCD of A comma B is equal to
No,
D.
no, do not tell all those things. I'm
So
repeating.
first observation is that D must divide R.
That's okay, Amya. So see, what is AB? Maximum of DA intersection DB. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
What is BR? Maximum of DB intersection DR. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
So I want to show maximum of this set equal to maximum of this set. Okay.
So basically you'd have to show DA equal to DR.
Or yeah.
No, that may not be true. DA
We can show
be...
that the sets themselves are equal.
See, I do not worry about this. I'll simply say that this intersection equal to this intersection. If I able to prove this, that the maxims are also equal. Only I want to show that maxims are equal, but I want to prove more. Proving more. That is what do you mean by proving more. Only I want in this result, I want to show that maximum of this equal to maximum of this. But in fact, I want to prove more. I even prove that these two sets are equal. Okay, what is that I want to show? So I want to show that DA intersection DB is equal to DB intersection DR. If I prove this one, automatically their maxims are also equal. Right? I am proving more than required. That is what I want to say. Is it okay now, Kanishk?
Yes, sir.
Now it is clear. So for this one, what is that I want to show?
So you need to show that both the sets are equal.
Yeah, okay. For that, what is the next step? Okay.
Both of them are subsets of each other.
So DA intersection DB is subset of DB intersection DR, right? And we need to show that DB intersection DR is subset of DA intersection DB. Okay. Now, what do you mean by an element in the intersection? It is in the both the sets, right? So here, what is that we need to show? This is subset of this means what is that sufficient to show?
That if an element divides A and B, it also divides R.
Yeah, okay. So that is okay. What is that we need to show? If X is here, then X is here I need to show. But X is here means it is in the DA as well as it is in the DB. But I want to show that is here. That means it is in dB as well as in dr. But is it necessary for me to show in dB also? No, right? It is already it is in dA and dB. Already this is one of it. So in entire in this proof, what is that I need to show?
That X belongs in dr.
These are the things I'm telling. So proof. So when you go back after this proof is done, so you need to know some simple things. So here I need to show X belongs to dr when X is here. If I prove, I'm done. It is because already it is in dB. It is so if it is in dr, it is in the intersection. So main crux only we need to see how to prove it. That's later. Okay. So dB intersection dr is contained in dA intersection dB. Here, what is that I want to show in this particular exam? In this case, Y belongs to here. What is that I want to show?
It belongs in dA.
Y belongs to dA. So this is sufficient for me. Okay. Now, so to prove all these things, till now I'm not using the hypothesis. Now I will use the hypothesis and Kanishk arguments. Okay. So what is the Kanishk argument? So A is equal to BQ plus R is one thing. From this, R is equal to A minus BQ. So somewhere I will use these things. Okay. You observe that. Okay. Somewhere I will use this. Okay. Now going to Kanishk. Is it now clear, Kanishk?
Yes, sir, it is clear.
See, I'm giving a lot of time. I'm not proving it, right? I can prove it within a like that. But why I'm waiting so much time and why we are so you want to go from some place to some place, right? So somebody asked you, then you will guide him that first go from here to this place to this place. Okay. So this place to this place, then this place to this place. You will tell that these places only to that particular person, right? So entire proof there are mainly few things will be there. If you know them, you can easily prove entire proof. Okay. So do not remember entire proof. Remember only the crux of the proof, the sketch of the proof, right? So then anytime you can get it. So this type of technique you need to imbibe, develop. What is the main crux? I want to prove this. Then what is that I want to prove? I want to prove GCD of AB equal to GCD of BR. Means maximums are equal, but I'll prove more. Their intersections are equal first. Anyhow, to prove maximum, first I need to show intersections. Sometimes I hope you understand why proving more is clear to you. Okay. Now the goal is this much only. Okay. Let us now work out this. So I'll go to Kanishk again. So how to prove the Kanishk? X is in dA and X is in dB. So how can I show that X is in dr now? Can you help me that?
Yes, sir. I think I have an idea.
Okay.
So R can be written as A minus BQ.
Yes.
So, sir, we need to just simply say that integer D divides A.
No, I took X. Okay. Don't worry. I took X. Okay.
Okay.
So you see, now we are here. So see, I want to prove this result. So this is my first criterion. This is my second criterion. This is my third criterion. Okay. Right. Yes, now I took X is in dA intersection dB. What is that I want to show?
So X belongs to dr.
Very good. Very good. Nice. Okay. Now how to prove it? Yeah. For that you need to use this part. Very good. Great. Okay. Yeah. So everything we kept ready. Now to cook. Okay. All ingredients we put. Now we need to cook it. Yeah. So X belong to dA intersection dB. I want to show X belong to dr. Go ahead.
So, sir, we from the second equation, we just need to prove.
See, again you are going there. Okay. Go slowly. Where X belongs to?
So dA.
Intersection dB. Given.
AB.
Given. What is given? What the meaning of that? X belong to dA intersection dB means what?
So it is a common divisor of.
No, X belongs to dA and dB.
It belongs to dA and dB. Thanks. Okay, it belongs to dA and dB. It means X divides A and X divides B. Okay, that's okay. So X divides A and X divides B. Next, now you tell me. See, x divide common divisor you told, that's exactly that x divides DA and x divides B. Fine. What
Yes,
next?
So from this we need to imply that x divides dr.
X belong to DR, that means x divides R we need to show. Okay, correct. So I have that x divides A and x divides B. So I want to show x divides R. How do you do it?
X divides A minus B.
X divides A minus
B.
B also, something else also. I need R actually, right?
Maybe.
We done one result. You remember actor theorem?
Yes, sir.
So in actor theorem, you can remember it as that A divides B and A divides C, then A divides their linear combination. A divides B, A divides C implies A divides Bx plus Cy for any x and y. See, you are not revising things, na? That is a problem. So I told you, well, joining the course that 1 hour we need to spend at least. What do you mean by spend? Just recalling things. Okay, so then you can apply things. So x divides A, x divides B, then what happens? X divides any their linear combination. So from that result, what is that we can write here? I'll write below one more time. X divides A, x divides B. From this, what I can write? X divides
ax plus by.
Well, that's okay, but we need here something, right? That is true for any x and y. Now, what is x equal to and y equal to? I choose now.
X equals to 1 and y equals to minus q.
Yeah, x A minus BQ. See, x divides A, x divides B, then it divides any of their linear combination. So A minus BQ also it divides. Is it okay, thanks, Mehak. Is it okay, Kanishk?
Yes, sir.
See, Mehak unable to control herself, right? Yeah, so try to understand. So x divides A, x divides B, x divides any of their linear combination. So in particular, A minus BQ also. But what is A minus BQ?
It is R.
So x divides R. Ho gaya na proof? Now I'm erasing. I'll not keep this proof. Okay. So then this is the proof. Entire proof is this much only. Why I need to write all the details? Okay. In the exam you write. In the exam you write each and every detail. But in my mind, I just write this much only. Okay. So now Kanishk again. Don't worry, Kanishk. Okay. You are only one person. It is one student. Okay. Don't worry about that. Y belongs to DB intersection DR. What do you mean by that?
So y divides
B.
And
very
y
good.
divides R.
Very good. Nice. Now, but what is that I want to show?
So you need to show that y divides A.
Very good. Okay. Great. Now you are very much clear. Okay. Now y divides B and y divides R. Then y divides their linear combination. Which combination I take?
Sir, you took. So in this case, you will take B minus. Sorry, sir. We will take B minus some integer times R.
No.
And
So go to the hypothesis. What is hypothesis is given?
So here, so we will write it in terms of division algorithm and.
No. A divides y divides B, y divides R. I want to show y divides A.
BQ plus R.
Yeah, BQ plus R, right? A is equal to BQ plus R. I wrote a priori.
Yes, sir.
See, why? So actually you can do it, but you are a little bit stressed. Okay. That is the idea of this course also. You need to get confidence. You need to be strong. Okay. Don't worry. So that is not a problem. So we are all came from that stage only, not only you. Okay. But but do it again one more time, recall things. So you will be very, very strong. Okay. So
Okay,
without efforts and all, we never get it. That's okay. Doing mistakes or not getting, that is are all part and parcel. But now are you able to prove it entire thing?
Yes, sir. I understood the proof.
So I want to show that GCD of AB equal to GCD of BR. What is given? A is equal to BQ plus R is given. Even I'm not using this condition. You see that? I'm not using this condition at all. It is not required in this. A greater than B greater than 0, A is equal to BQ plus R, then GCD of AB equal to GCD of BR. Okay. So there the mistake I done in this previous problem is that I had to write BR. I wrote A comma combinations. Okay. So this is some mistake I done here. So you figure it out. Kanishk only figured it out.
Yes.
Great. Okay. So to prove that these two are equal, GCDs are equal, I need to show the maximum of DA intersection DB equal to maximum of DB intersection DR. But to prove that one again, so I'll just first prove that their intersections are equal. I'm proving more. To prove that one, this is subset of this is subset of this. So I took one element here. I want to prove this is here. But in both the cases, DB is common. So I need to show that X belongs to DR. That means X divides R. Here Y belongs to DA. Right? That comes from A is equal to BQ plus R. That's end the matter. I will not go further. Okay. So now I will ask all of you. So how many of you clear with the proof? Okay, Sankriti, you asked some question. I will ask you now.
Sir, I have a doubt.
Yeah.
Sir, this might be like a digression from what you're teaching, but in the first semester, I mean, for maths and SNU, we had to do foundations with Priyanka ma'am.
Right.
And in that, I don't know whether this can be used here, but since DA intersection DB is the subset of DB intersection DR, and it's given to us that X belongs to DA intersection DB, we can also conclude that X belongs to DA and X belongs to DB.
Correct.
So now in DB intersection DR, we already know that X belongs to DB, then we can conclude that X belongs to DR, right?
We need to prove X belongs to DR for that, yes.
But isn't that just from the conclusion? Because from the
conclusion only,
intersection rule, we'll anyways be able to find that since X in the intersection of DB intersection DR, X belongs to DB, and since there is an intersection, X will also belong to DR.
No, we need to prove that.
Okay, and that's how we prove using.
No, I'm using foundations only. I'm proving that one only in order to show these two sets. My goal is to show these two sets are equal.
Right.
To show these two sets are equal, I need to show this is subset of this, this is subset of this.
One of them is a subset of the other. Yes.
Yeah, I need to prove that. I'm proving it. First, I'm proving this part. First, I'm proving. So here I wrote everything, but actually I'm proving. I not write that. What is that? So I want to show that DA intersection DB is equal to subset. I need to prove, right? So for that, I took X belong to DA intersection DB. That means X belong to DA and X belong to DB, right? But what is X belong to DA? DX divides A. What is X belong to DB? X divides B. Now I want to show that X belongs to DB intersection DR. But that means X belong to DB and X belong to DR. But already I know that X belong to DB.
Yeah.
So I need to show X belong to DR. There I am using the hypothesis given. Otherwise I cannot prove it. It is given that we know one result and hypothesis. One result that whenever X divides two integers, then they divide their combination also. In fact, X divides A minus BQ also. But what is A minus BQ? That is R given from the hypothesis.
Right.
Here only I am using hypothesis. Abhi tak I am not using hypothesis.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
X divides B, then X divides A minus BQ. This is from the result. Okay. Yeah. So actually, in fact, I proved that this is subset of this. Now I want to show that DB intersection DR is subset of DA intersection DB. I am now take Y is here. I want to show Y is in DA. Right. That is exactly we are doing. Yes. Exactly that. Yeah. Okay, now can you again, okay, so it is better you discuss in the discussion time, this entire thing, proof one more time, right? Great. So from this, so this is the algorithm. So this is actually, See, you see that I just discussed only one page, 1.5 hour completed. Almost, okay. Only one page we discussed. Okay. So that is what I am telling you, that if you revise things, then it will becomes faster. Okay, great. But anyhow, not a problem. So this is a Python programming, or Sage also you can do. So I want to compute GCD of A comma B, right? So if B, so greatest common divisor of A and B, this is not the code. This is just what is we are doing. Calculate greatest common divisor of A and B unless B is equal to 0. Same sign as B and R. Just we are writing. So while B and A comma B comma A, so in the Python, or this A percentile B is actually the remainder. GCD of A comma B equal to, so I'm just changing AB to B comma AB. So I'm repeating, A becomes B and B becomes R. This is a remainder. So keep on doing that. When B equal to 0 up to 0, then I'll return A answer. Done. So this is the very simplest algorithm given by the Euclid. Okay. So I'll start with one small example. So I want to find GCD of 34 comma 55, right? So somebody help me that what is the first step I do? No need to tick, tell me answer now.
So 55, sorry.
Right, thanks. So it is GCD of 55 comma 34 first. Okay, great. What is the first step then?
55 equal to 34 times 1.
55 is equal to 34 times 1 plus
21.
21. Great. So here the GCD of, now this is non-zero. Now, so what is my next step in this Euclidean algorithm? Yeah.
34 equal to
34 is equal to
21 plus 13.
So it is 21 into 1 plus 13. See, I want to find GCD of AB. So this is 55 comma 34. Okay. So now I am finding B comma R. The GCD is 21. Okay. Now this is equal to, now again GCD, so remainder is non-zero. Now A value is 34, B value is 21. Right. Now this is 21 comma, we need to see. Yeah. So what is the third step? Yes.
21 equal to 13 times 1.
13 times 1 plus
8.
8. So now it is GCD of, I want to find GCD of 21 comma 8. Okay. But now still remainder is non-zero. So in this particular case, so now I'll go for 8.
8
right?
comma 5.
So now next step, it is 8 is equal to,
no, 13 equal
13
to,
equal to, sorry. Yeah. Here also I done some mistake. Yes. No, here I done correct. What is that I'm doing? So B comma R, remainder is 1 minute. So I made some mistake. So let us go slowly. Yeah. So here B is 34 and the remainder is 21. Fine. So B comma R. Now this is my A and this is my B. So now B comes and remainder comes. Okay. What is the remainder? In this 34 comma 21, remainder is 13. Remainder is 13. Right. Now here, now this is my A and this is my B. Right. Now B comes first. So now remainder in this case is 8. I'll take 8. Okay. So 13 is equal to
8 plus 5, 8 into 1 plus 5.
8 into 1 plus 5. Okay. So now this becomes 8 comma 5. Okay. So this is equal to, yeah.
8 equals to 5 into 1 plus 3 and
8 is equal to 5 into 1 plus 3. So now the GCD is 5 comma 3. Okay.
And then 5 equals to 3 into 1 plus 2.
5 is equal to 3 into 1 plus 2. So
And
it is
then-
now GCD is 3 comma 2.
Then 3 equals to 2 into 1 plus 1.
3 is equal to 2 into 1 plus 1.
Okay.
Okay. So now the GCD is 2 comma 1.
And then 2 equals to
2 is equal to
1.
1 into 1 plus 0. Now I got
1 into 2, right?
sorry. Sorry. 1 into 2 plus 0. Now GCD becomes 1. Because now here I got 0. GCD of 2 comma 1 is 1 now. Right? You know answer a priori, but I am applying the division algorithm. So can you see somebody that, do you recall these numbers? 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21?
Fibonacci series.
Fibonacci numbers, okay? So Fibonacci numbers take the worst time. Okay, Fibonacci, okay. See, when you are doing algorithm, so it is always better to give some numbers where algorithm takes more time, worst time. This is the nice numbers where division algorithm has to apply several times. Generally, it comes to the answer very quickly, but these Fibonacci numbers are culprits, and they will take more time. Every time remainder 1 only will come if you take consecutive Fibonacci numbers. Okay, great. But if you look at what is actually going on, okay, so let me do something. Okay, anyhow, it is so okay. So actually, if you look at here, sorry, better I'll put better way.
Oh, sir.
Yeah, tell.
So in the above, so the example you had given,
Huh.
couldn't we just stop at step 5 since we got 5 comma 3 and both are prime, so it will be 1 of course.
No, I do not know about primes and all, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm not using prime concept till now. I am not introduced. That is a beauty till now, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
So see, anyhow, why I need to make complicated computer ko complicate karna? It is not we doing. Computer will do. Computer will stop when remainder is 0. Okay. So one more point I want to ask you. So see, now 34 comma 55 GCD is 1, right? You understood. Now there exists x comma y such that 1 is equal to 34x plus 55y. So whether it is true or not, this is our question actually. So can I get from this algorithm here? So how many of you can tell it, no problem. So somebody able to see that this proof can be done from here, from this.
Yes, sir. I think.
Yeah, please,
Yes.
can you help? Yeah, Shubhamay, how can you go?
So 1 minute, I'm thinking. But I mean, just.
Yeah, okay. See, from this step, what we can write? 1 equal to, I want 1 is equal to 34 into x plus 55y, right? So from this, can you say something?
So we can back substitute all this and go in reverse.
Yeah, so it is actually 3 minus 2 from here. 3 into 2 into 1, right? So it is equal to 3 minus, so 2 into 1, but here 2 equal to 5 minus 3 into 1. 5 minus 3 into 1. So it is equal to 2 times 3 minus 5 times 1. Are you okay? Now next step here, what I do? Now this 3 is equal to 8 minus 5, right? So this 2 times 8 minus 5 plus, so minus 5, right? 8 minus 5 here. So like that, if I keep on doing this, I can reach these 24 and 34 and that one. Are you able to see that? I'll erase everything and ask you. So how many of you able to see that? One can be expressed as 34 x plus 55y. Only less. Okay, I mean I'm unable to convey you properly. What is that I want to say? 1 is expressed as 3 minus 2. Now from here 2 I write, from here 3 I will write, from here 5 I will write. Like that finally I'll end 1 is expressed in terms of 34 and 55. Right? Yes. Okay, thanks. this is one more algorithm actually we are giving. So it is possible to find x and y also, and it is true. But we'll prove later, much more better way. But this is giving, so this algorithm, this is called extended Euclidean algorithm. Extended Euclidean algorithm. Extended Euclidean algorithm not only give GCD, it will output D as well as x comma y. Okay, that means D is a GCD and D is equal to AX plus BY. So that is called extended Euclidean algorithm. It computes D in this process, and it will go back and express D in terms of x and y. That is called extended Euclidean algorithm. Okay, great. Okay, so in this particular problem now, so this is 55, this is 34, right? Yeah, great. So now 34, so I'll draw one line here, right? So now this is a square. This is 34 and this is also 34, right? Now what is this length, Vishal?
Which length are you talking about? The whole length is 34.
Yeah, whole length is 34. 55 is equal to 34 into 1 plus 21.
Okay, so 21, yeah.
This is 21, right? Now this is a rectangle of size 34 cross 21. Okay. Now what is the maximum square I can fit here? Maximum square I can fit here. Vishal.
Okay, so it will be what we did above. It will be 21 and 34 modulus 21.
No, modulus and all do not tell. I am just asking that what is the maximum square it can fit in this rectangle?
21 by 21.
Yeah, that much only I'm asking. So I'll go up to here, and this is 21 now. Are you clear?
Yes, sir.
See, first 35 cross 55 cross 34, maximum square I can put is 34 cross 34. That I done. Now 21 cross 21. Now here, this length is now how much? This length is how much now?
13.
It is 13. This length is 21 now, right? Forget about entire now, only confined to this rectangle.
So now 13 by 13.
13 by 13 I can put, right? So, so this is 13 by 13 rectangle, square. It is better, I'll remove this again. Yeah, so something like this, okay. Sorry, okay. Anyhow, now what is this remaining part?
8 by 8.
This is 8 and this is 13. So here I'll put 8 by 8. I keep on doing, right? So finally 1 square. So it is filling. So this is squaring the rectangle. This procedure is called squaring the rectangle.
Okay.
Okay. I am filling the rectangle with squares. If you take any two numbers, it may not be possible. But for the Fibonacci numbers, it is possible. Fibonacci numbers, if you take two consecutive Fibonacci numbers, then it is possible for me to fill this with the squares. So when you construct a house in future, you are constructing a house in future, then this design will help you. Okay, you can fill your floor with these squares. Okay, so those who are interested, there is a website called squaring.net. Squaring.net. So that entire website is that. So how do you fill some squares with squares or rectangles with squares? Okay, squaring.net. Okay, please check and see that. So it is very beautiful. It is very important. Can somebody help me that why this is useful in our daily life? One I told you. So there is a thing called VLSI, very small, VSLI something. Okay, chips and all, right? Yeah, yes.
Yeah, computer architecture one.
Computer architecture, and for example, even your mobiles. So I want to fit many things inside, right? I want to use space very properly, right? So then, so I will divide into these parts and I'll try to look into things. So that's why squaring.net is an interesting thing. So they will use electrical networks and many places. So while devising the things, so this is very useful concept. Okay, fine. Okay, so great. So I do not want to proceed further. So I took more time here. Actually, we not done much actually today. I'm sorry for that. Yeah, so is it okay, all of you, to meet on Saturday, 4 p.m. to 5 p.m.? If anyone has a problem? So I'll erase this and please tick yes if you are fine with it. Ankita, are you not free?
No, sir, I'm free, sir.
Okay, please help me this time. And not take continuously like that. Only few classes only I take. Yeah, thanks. Okay, then fine. So we'll meet on Saturday at 4 to 5 p.m. Okay. Yeah, thanks. I'll stop here.